My coming out story is off limits.
Sorry, I can't talk
Just
about
so you know,
that.
I can't talk about that. I can't talk about family or my career.
Okay.
But other than that,
So your favorite color we can cover.
blue. Yeah.
Hi, Gault. I'm PJ Brescia, they, them pronouns, your host of the BabyGay Podcast and the founder of the BabyGay community, celebrating the coming out process through storytelling, advocacy, and togetherness. I came out later in life and I knew nothing about queer culture. I'm still not an expert, so let's go on a journey of self-discovery together with amazing guests, diverse coming out stories, LGBTQI plus history, and everything in between. This is the BabyGay Podcast. Coming out looks good on you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the BabyGay Podcast. I'm your host, PJ Brescia, they, them, and today is such an incredible day and such a special day to kind of lean into the chosen family theme again, a very important theme. We have a bestie, a creative collaborator, honestly, one of the most talented people I've ever met, and kindest and gorgeous soul through and through. We have the producer of this podcast, Tom Gault.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was the sweetest intro I've heard.
Thank you for being here. I didn't have
I'm very
to think.
excited.
It just, you are so incredible.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I have loved being a part of this podcast. I've loved helping make it. So excited. I mean, this, as we're speaking, we have 21 episodes shot, which is crazy. Like, to think about having already gotten this far. So I'm very proud of you, very proud of us. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You are so incredible and so special. And I've been excited to have this conversation with you from the very beginning.
Let's have it.
Let's
what do you got?
dive in.
Yeah.
I mean, I have so many things that I want to go through. Let's start from the beginning. It could be, we could start from the beginning of like our relationship, but I also want to start from let's start with you. Let's dive in. Where are you from? The whole thing.
The life story.
The life story.
So I was born in Knoxville, Tennessee, and raised. 1992, baby. I'm 90s kid. I was raised in I don't want to say a very Southern home. Like it, people have a picture of what the South is like. But it kind of just felt like everything that you would see on TV with like a more like trailer park spin on it. Like, I grew up with cows in my backyard. That my grandfather was like in charge of. My dad, who later we found out is kind of a hoarder, was like collecting 19 rundown vehicles this is very redneck actually, now that I think about it. This is extremely Southern trailer park stuff. But I grew up there, poor. I didn't know I was poor for, like most of my childhood. And then you kind of start to compare yourself and see how the other half lives a little bit. But I was in the church, homeschooled, the majority of my schooling. And I'm one of 5 kids.
Wait, you were homeschooled for the majority of your schooling?
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. So it was kind of a mix of things. Are you familiar with like a co-op schooling? Yeah. So I had a co-op schooling for 3 years on and off. Like they weren't all back to back. But I was homeschooled basically from like kindergarten through 4th grade. 5th and 6th, I was in a private school. 7th and 8th was a co-op, which is, for if you don't know it, co-op's kind of like you homeschool 3 to 4 days a week, and then you're in like a school-ish setting with other homeschoolers. So it's very contained. Is
the goal socialization?
Yes.
Okay.
The goal is socialization, but with all the constraints of like whatever religious rules your household had. Like the co-op is like a community of all the people that have the same beliefs, and it's usually hosted in a church or, something of the sort. So it's like a couple of dozen kids, all mixed ages, that are all being, a curriculum's being used that's very religious still.
So if the students are mixed ages with the co-op element, is the curriculum all religion then?
Sort of. Yeah. I mean, of course you can't really do that for like math, or like English, but science, anything like STEM related, history, those are all very like curated. If you're familiar with like PragerU, now it's very much like things are excluded from history, things are excluded from science, and other things are put in those places, so, and like, even as a kid, I could kind of see what was happening there, but it's just how I learned. But I will say the kind of stereotype, I guess, for homeschooled kids is that you come in, like if you do get like transplanted from like a homeschool situation to a public school or something of the sort, you're like very much ill prepared. It didn't feel that way for me. I ended up going to public school my junior and senior year of high school and kind of thrived. There was like, people from my church that ended up at this public school. So I had like a couple people, but like ultimately, as far as academics go, extracurricular activities go, I felt very comfortable with that transition where like other people might not. So I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed my childhood and my education.
Well, I feel like homeschooling almost gives you an opportunity to focus more, because like being in school is kind of distracting. Right.
And I do think that's kind of what happened. My siblings, which I don't know if you caught this, I have 4 siblings. I'm the second born. All of them went to a public school setting, like when I started high school. And so I homeschooled by myself, even though I had 4 siblings for like 4 years.
Wait.
Or basically.
So you were the only one being homeschooled, but your siblings were not?
For my high school, middle school to high school kind of period. Yes.
And why?
My parents just gave us a choice. I think they were tired of homeschooling. And so it was kind of like, hey, if you want to, like, we're giving you this, you're old enough to like make that decision, even though my sisters got that same decision when they were much younger, to continue homeschooling or to go to a public school. And all of them chose to go to a public school and I stayed. But on that note, yeah, I got to like really focus and do whatever I like wanted to do. And it was up to me, like how productive and efficient that I wanted to be, which is very strange, but yeah, it worked out. I don't know.
To thrive, you have to be very self-motivated, clearly.
Yeah.
Which you are, as a through line of your existence.
Yeah. The question is, did it wear me out? Like as you get into adulthood, like, this is one of the things that I feel like, or that I question myself on, was like, did I give so much energy in those years of my life that now I'm like wanting to pull back and like struggling to perform in the same way? And it can feel like that sometimes, but yeah, I gave a lot to like be successful as a kid, even though it was paired with all kinds of struggles in their own regard. But yeah, I tried so hard. I mean, everybody does, right?
No. I wouldn't say that.
I'm looking at you, 2 of my siblings.
I don't know if everyone tries the same amount of hard. Okay, a few things.
Yeah, break it down.
I wanna dive into this.
Yeah.
One, firstly, going back to your thought, not obviously everyone has their own opinion of themselves, but from a close confidant of yours, like you pulling back and not trying hard currently as an adult is inaccurate in any sense of that. Like you're one of the hardest workers I know. So that might be some self-talk going on there, because
For sure.
that's not how the world perceives you. Let me just tell you that as an adult. So being homeschooled, and this is taking my own experience of being a closeted queer youth.
And you were Catholic school.
I went to public school.
Oh, just Catholic upbringing, but not
Catholic upbringing.
Not actually in the school.
But not
Okay.
not a Catholic school, public school.
Gotcha.
Do you feel like your queerness had something to do with you wanting to stay out of the mainstream, quote unquote, of public school? Like, was that...
That's kind of hard to say, because probably on a very, very, very subconscious level, but on a more conscious level, I could say, and this is kind of my story, and we can get into this a little bit more, but I had really no clue that I was gay for any of that. Because the reality is, I didn't know that gay was like a form of existence, you know? Mm-hmm. And again, we can get into more detail, you know, but for all I knew, it was my like sinful computer porn addiction. Like realistically.
At what age?
I want to say probably like 14 or 15 was like when, because that was kind of like when we've got internet more so. Like, you know, we had the family computer in the one room that everybody shared, and it was like if you could squeeze in your like risky time. But I want to say it was, so maybe like at the earliest 12, but more likely I was like 14 when I first, because, you know, all right, we'll get into the detail now.
I want to hear the details, because I'll tell you my porn story if you tell me yours.
Okay, so family computer. In our case, it was we have like a, you know, it was 2-level home. The living room was on the first floor, and it was smack dab in the middle of the living room, behind the couch that faces like the TV, that like area. So if you were looking at the computer, you could be watching something behind the entire family while they watch TV. Like that was, and it's happened. But yeah, you know, like is the best of my memory is that I was just browsing whatever one day, and whether it was a pop-up or me thinking about like kissing, I don't know what it was, you know, but like I found myself with like a window open. And for a long time, like when I would revisit or like look back or like go to it again just to like get that thrill or whatever that was, that those first encounters, it was, you know, straight porn. But I remember specifically, and this is burned into my head, and this is what any religious parent would be like, I told you so, like you'll never get rid of this, was this video I stumbled upon of 2 girls together. And that was like something new, you know, like you feel that it's a completely new discovery. Yeah. Like not even like when you first found porn in general, but 2 people of the same sex, because no one had talked about this. Like this wasn't possible.
Right.
And I came back to those 2 girls probably 3 dozen times, right? Like just to be like curious, like what is this?
Yeah.
Then naturally found homosexual 2 men in the same Congress.
Video. Yeah, same. Yeah. Okay. Praying together.
Yeah, praying together. And that was the end of it, you know, like from that moment on, it was like all I could think about in terms of porn. And it was just my little secret struggle. But like I said, none of it ever indicated like that I was gay. Like porn was just porn. There were different types of porn. And this was the one that I searched or that I Googled. Like, as far as I knew, porn was just a like all-encompassing sin. And so whenever it came time, like for instance in church, you know, they would do bear your burdens or get rid of this sin or like put this on the altar, burn this in the garbage can, like whatever form of that it took. I remember even inside of my own head, like secretly, it was never, God, I'm gay, like please make me not gay. It was, help me not look at this porn, because truly being gay wasn't even in the realm of possibility. It wasn't until college, really after college, that it was like I could see other gay people and know, oh, this isn't just the jerk off thing. Like, it's a real form of like humanity and like love and relationships and just a part of existence that I didn't know existed.
Where were you finding this porn?
I'm pretty sure this was like when you would still just, and maybe people still do this, but like you would just search
On Google?
Yeah, like I didn't even think it was Google at the time. Like whether it was like Jeeves or AOL.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
So wait,
I don't think Google was even around. This would be like, and I remember, I've done this recently, but like search boys kissing on YouTube, because you weren't going to get the whole, you know, kit and caboodle. Relax. But yeah, it would be like compilations. And I remember specifically, Queer as Folk was time and time again, I would find myself like searching, and it would just be like YouTube clips from that show. Do you know what that, do you remember that?
Yeah. I didn't watch it live, but like now later in life. Yeah.
Even today, I still haven't watched that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like those scenes were like magnets to me. I could tell that it was like intrigue. I could tell that it was like, it was more romantic than porn. And I think that was what like drew me in, that it wasn't just like, boots knocking. Yeah. It was like two people that like had a feeling.
Yeah.
So that was thrilling.
I just saw this on TikTok, some influencer. It was exactly that sentiment. It was like, yeah, like, you know, you see two men having sex all the time. Like, you taught, sure, but like, see two men passionately like kissing and showing love for one another is like this other level of like intimacy and just
it's like top of my search list. Passion, like
yeah. I can relate.
I would rather see that than
just
full blown fucking.
Yeah, there's with no emotion.
Yeah,
and that is so something that was surprising to me coming out and like entering the like grinder sphere and just seeing how transactional sex can be in the queer male community, like truly emotionless. We don't need to talk. I don't need to know your name. And like just fucking.
Yeah. Which there's really beautiful things about that.
Yes.
And it's really unique to our community.
Yes.
And there's a lot of good. But yes, for those of us who like are looking for more
emotion.
Yeah. If you're looking for emotion, like it can feel really hard to find.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah. So wait, going back to the living room searching while your family's right in front of you watching television, were you ever caught?
Yes. Okay. So not specifically like in that scenario. I'm going to share two things. One of which is my personal story that I know I can share. One of which I will check after to see if we need to cut this out. I don't know if there was ever a moment where it was like on the physical computer, like somebody caught me, but what I used to do was, so in the era of not smartphones, when everybody had like a Flip Motorola phone. Razr or what was the LG, the one that slid with the keyboard,
Sidekick?
Like Sidekick, yeah. I had one of the ones that like slid up, and like it was one of the first ones that you could have a micro SD card. And me being so tech savvy early in life, realized that I could download videos from LimeWire, which That's a whole other.
That's where I was going. That's
to LimeWire.
That was my initial porn access.
Was it Sean Cody?
I didn't even. I mean, I know what Sean Cody is now. I didn't know Sean Cody then because I was so closeted. But
the tough thing about LimeWire for any kids that are listening that don't know what it was that there's not like a preview. Like you kind of just have to download it and see what you get.
Literally, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was like a lottery. And sometimes it would just be an MP3 file of Bill Clinton saying, I did not have sexual relationships with that woman.
And it took forever for the download, by the way.
It would take so long. For like a 20 megabyte 360p video, you would be gambling with your life on the internet, hoping nobody came home, because not only, if you were like me, did you have to like erase any evidence of that, you probably had to get rid of LimeWire altogether anytime you were like done.
Was that an like, how did we even access? Was it just a website?
LimeWire was like a third-party app, you know, just like you would get like Microsoft Office, and that would be, you know, linked to the internet. And it was almost like it's torrenting, basically, pirating software. So it would have, you know, what would normally be copyrighted music, movies, porn, like all those things that you could torrent. And in our particular case, this was mostly video files from Sean Cody or Corbin Fisher or Lucasfilms. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Falcon Studio.
Yeah. Those are all around back then?
And still are.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I have a funny story with the
X2.
Oh my God. No. Well, XXNX.
Oh, okay. No, keep going.
X hamster. Okay. So, anywho, but my porn, so we had also a family computer. And all same scenario. I'm like a couple years
setup, like
it wasn't so
common area.
It was not like behind. It was just in this. It was in the same room as like the TV room. It was in the TV room, media room.
Yeah.
But I did not ever go on it while anyone was home. Like I had to wait till I was alone, and then I guess I downloaded something on LimeWire or something.
Yeah.
Fast forward to a time when I was not home. My mom was home, and like the computer got some malware, and it was like all porn malware, and it was really bad. And basically, my mom called the police, and the police came. And she was like, I was not home. Thank God. She called the police, and I don't exactly know what she said.
Why have I never heard this story?
But she was very concerned about the pornography that was on this computer, and I feel like she definitely didn't connect it to me somehow, which is like kind of shocking. And
that's the craziest thing. They never, like, it's your nightmare. Like, they found it.
Yeah.
Who else could it be?
Yeah.
And they don't connect the dots.
Yeah.
They never do.
No. So sweet. Yeah.
So she called the cops.
She called the police. She called the police. And
well, also because your siblings are vastly different ages, so you were probably the only one.
I was like the only child, basically.
Yeah.
And I think I found this out through my sister, and like it was just a whole thing. I never actually got in trouble, I don't think, but I just remember feeling so embarrassed.
Yeah.
The police came from my porn.
You
searching.
got caught, but you didn't. Nobody knew you got caught.
Right.
Yeah.
So
which does make me realize I never actually finished telling you about getting caught.
Oh yeah. Go on.
So SD cards, micro SD cards, LimeWire. We're back.
Okay.
I would download things, put them on the micro, like, you know, there was an adapter SD card to micro SD card, take it out, plug it in my phone, and created a like deep 5 layers deep subfolder that I think I named like taxes. I don't know, like something ridiculous that would not even make sense. Like
14-year-old doing taxes.
Yeah. Because I couldn't watch them. Like the tech wasn't there for it to like watch on your phone, but I could always pull it out and like not have to download stuff. I could put it on, plug it back into the computer.
So you
and
would
play
just
it.
hold it for safekeeping in your phone.
Yeah.
And then when you were ready to watch it, on your computer.
Because I get to skip all the like time wasted downloading stuff or whatever. God. Yeah. So what happened was, one day, I can't remember if it was, I think it was my mom that just like approached me. And I blacked out for all of this, but what I remember is that she was like, your sister found something on your phone and we need to talk about it. And of course, like it's that, like just the breath is gone. Like, because I know it's gay porn. Like there's nothing else on there. My first question was, how the fuck did she find? Like I had this thing buried, and my sister, which this is really unfortunate, was 10 maybe at the time. So also way too young to be accidentally stumbling upon this, but also that girl was digging. Like
also, did she steal your phone?
She must have, like, because how else do you passcode folders, deep folders? Why are you in the folders? Like you're not even in my photo. I don't know. All I know is it got found, and my mom was like, you know, she wasn't the one that was going to punish me, but she was like, we will have a conversation with your father when he gets home. And so then, like many other times in your life, you're waiting for hours, like knowing your doom is pending. And she made me bring it up to him. Like it wasn't even a like, Tommy, this is, you know, your son did this, like we need to talk to him about it. It was like, you go tell him, like cold call, tell him what you did. You know, I'd rather die. Do you think it was your sister? Oh, and like, she might have just been a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me. I've never even considered that. Like maybe on the day, I cannot remember if it was a matter of like, I saw like my sister and like was like around for this nightmare, but
okay.
Maybe.
So at this point when you're having to address this with your dad and your mom, well, is your mom saying anything about the gayness of it all?
No. And maybe you and a lot of other people, and this, we kind of touched on this a minute ago, like this like power of denial. Of course, from that moment on, like my internal dialogue was like, well, there it is, like cat's out of the bag. Like whether they choose to like log that in their own memory bank as like, we know, you know, about our son or not, I don't know. Actually I do know, because later, you know, years later, like when it was finally that time to have the coming out moment, I was waiting, you know, we're talking 12 years later, I'm like, and now they say like, yeah, we knew, but it was like fresh news. And so I'm like, well, I've been like burdened by this for over a decade of knowing that you knew, even though, but yeah, I think it's that like denial that some parents are truly able to like lock it away and say, that's not our son, or that's not our kid, or, you know. And so when you do actually come out, it's truly like news to them. Very weird. Yeah.
So when you were with this gay porn on your phone, were you also in denial that you were gay?
Yes.
Okay.
Because again, at the time it was just the porn, but I knew it was like, if there's going to be porn, that's bad porn. Like that's like embarrassing. Yeah. Like, you know, it's not like what all the boys watch. Like clearly this is extra sinful.
Did you ever watch porn with your friends?
No. I've heard that people do this.
Did that.
You did that?
I did that.
Did you? What?
I know.
Okay. No, tell me about it. Cause I couldn't dare to do that.
It was like a thing with like variety of different.
And you saw?
Friends. Yeah.
I don't
I
get
was
it.
so turned on. I mean, like that was,
Well, yeah.
that was me being like, oh my God. I looked forward to those moments because I was
course.
like, wait a minute, this is exciting. And then
How old were you?
middle school, I would say.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I know, like, you and a few other people I know have like talked about those experiences, but
Yeah.
I couldn't fathom.
And then sometimes that was all straight porn, I would say, for the majority. And then there were definitely moments of like exploring the gay porn avenues, but only as a joke, only because it's ha 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 ha. Like, obviously,
What if we?
let's just like, this is crazy. Like, oh my God. Yeah. But then also like, I know also feeling the same type of like, this is bad. This is like scary. Yeah. All those emotions, but
I just can't. I can't even put myself in a situation, like mentally, I can't imagine doing that or my friends. And there was a lot of that to do with like body stuff too. We're just going to open up all the cans today.
Let's open them up.
But yeah, I've had friends that did that. But I've heard you talk about in old episodes, kind of those early signs, I think for you were like your female friendships and how you felt the kinship, but also like, I want to be you. Like, is that right?
For
is
sure.
that correct?
Plus those two things, plus shame.
Yeah.
For like knowing, that's what societal things put on me, but knowing that, oh, I shouldn't be having these close female friendships. Like, this is not what little boys do.
Right.
So it was just so many mixed emotions of just like, I wanted to be them. I wanted to be with them. And knowing that is not okay. That continued on where I was like in high school and college, and I still had so much more closeness with my female friends, and for the most part, and just also just feeling like, then it was, fighting the fact that like, do people think I'm gay? Like, that was my biggest anxiety for my entire life.
Was there ever a time where you were even like, maybe I'm not a boy at all?
Yeah.
When did that, like, what was that like?
That, I mean, for sure at an early on age, like when I was in the elementary school, early, like preschool, early elementary school, like playing the Barbies, loving dress up, like always being the princess or the mermaid, or like right up all in with, all my female friends. Like, just, there was no beats dropped. Like, I was just one of the girls.
Yeah. Or maybe here's the question, right?
Yeah.
Like, at the time, was your brain still working in the binary where you're like, I'm not a boy, so maybe I'm just a girl? Or was it somehow subconsciously always like, I don't feel like either?
Like, I was not consciously saying I don't feel like either, except, I mean, I did verbalize that when I was 5 during that study.
That part I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which landed you in therapy.
Yeah, which landed me into therapy till this day. But when I was playing in these fantasy worlds, like, I was just a woman. That's where my mind went. And then leaving those fantasy worlds, I was then a boy, I guess. But feeling really disconnected from both, I think is the best way to describe it, is that I attempted for both sides of the gender or the spectrums. Like, and what I've now learned as I've gone down this journey is like, gender is not something you necessarily need to think about. Like, you just are. And I never had that comfort of just being and feeling so fully yes, like I don't have to think about it, like I'm just being, until coming out as non-binary at 31. So up until that point, I was always very concerned about gender within myself. And coming out as gay at 27, that was like, okay, yes, finally, like I've been like that. That was a weight lifted, that feeling. Then I was gay, going down the gay journey for a couple of years, and then there was something else, and I felt like there was this other room that I was within me that I was ignoring and like scared to open that door for a long time, for like a year plus.
And that's what it felt like, just like a space.
It
like,
felt like a space.
Yeah.
It felt like a private room that I don't know what's behind that door, and I'm scared to open that door. I don't know where it leads.
Real.
I didn't know. I thought, I mean, for a period of time, like I thought I was trans. Like, and I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
And at that point I didn't have I didn't know what non-binary was.
Exactly. Like there's no examples.
Yeah.
For you to even have words for it.
Yeah.
Right. Like
totally.
So it literally is just like a chasm. Like you don't know what the chasm is. All you feel is this like weird void.
You feel
and
other.
you're probably being told Jesus will like,
right. Yeah.
at least for me, like
the Jesus of it all. I just don't, I have nothing against Jesus.
I'm down with Jesus all day long.
Yes.
It's Christians that I have a problem with.
Yes.
Like, Jesus was the best.
He's so chill.
Yeah.
He loves us all. Supposedly.
Jesus was woke, liberal, person of color, and who knows what where they fell on this spectrum of sexuality. Like,
for sure, pan.
Yeah, but absolutely.
All the above.
Demisexual.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. For sure, demisexual.
Yeah.
Jesus is demisexual.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Yeah, and like that's my whole beef is like, Jesus loves you. And I'm like, I know. And I love Jesus. Am I a Christian? No. Like, do I believe anything that you believe? No, because you've spun it out of whack. I grew up in the church. Like my whole life was devoted to like service and being involved. And now I'm not at all. And I don't know if people question why, but like the reality is because I kind of just realized that nobody was doing what Jesus said. They could spit out what Jesus said so quickly, and it's like, oh, you fucking missed it. Like, all he said was love your neighbor as yourself, and you can't do that.
But yet it's going over their heads, but yet they're like truly dedicating their entire life to this idea.
Yeah. And staking all their relationships on it.
Yeah.
But on the topic of your gender nonconformity, how has that impacted your dating? Because I know so early on with you, when you first introduced that to someone, it was like, okay, well, not interested.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. It comes down to a sexual preference. I think the eye-opening thing that has happened with me is that I happen to be attracted to gay men.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Really, unfortunately.
It's a real bummer.
And I would say that within the gay male community, there's like a lot of gay men really don't want to consider anyone else besides other gay men. So I would say my pool of options has gone down now that I have come to terms with my sexual identity, my gender identity.
They're different.
They are different. They are different.
Very different. Yeah.
Because I can even just see it on like the hinges of it all. Like I've changed my gender identity from gay male to like non-binary person. And
the numbers drop. Yeah.
And yeah.
The part, I mean, because I also am someone who's like been, whether it's a taught thing or not, like I've suffered from my own preferences. I've changed a lot and I've grown a lot, but on the surface, like you present as a male, like, let's ask the audience, like a very attractive male. So it boggles my mind that just the words non-binary could turn somebody off.
I think you hit the nail on the head with they're scared of the unknown.
Yeah.
It's somehow out of the box of what has been established in the gay male, world of, the various categories. I think that was like just an eye-opening thing. It's like, even in the community that's outside the box, there's now all these new boxes within that outside box land. And I still even have, like, I was just at a Pride festival, and it was predominantly, I would say, gay men were the attendees of this festival. And like being there, I am obviously so excited to be in a queer space always, but I am also like, I, for some reason, still find myself like very intimidated and like very much like, oh, I don't feel like I fit in. Like I still experience those emotions of like feeling like I don't fit in.
Yeah.
I think the difference now that I'm older and have had more growth of myself and my self-assurance is that I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
now I just don't care that I don't feel like I fit in. Like, I find comfort in being exactly who I am and that I'm being my authentic self, and that's all that matters. And maybe that doesn't align with the majority of the people that were there, but
And maybe you could take this opportunity to like really give a platform to like the places where you have felt comfortable. Gay parties, nightlife, events. There's for sure places that are like, there's clearly one body type and one skin color that's kind of like the thing at that event.
yeah.
And it's not on the flyer, but it's very obvious. So yeah, like going into a place, even if you fit, check the boxes, you could still feel very out of place. So like, what are some of those spaces and events or like organizations where you've felt comfortable?
So I would say that the LA Queer Coalition has been a really incredible place where I have found just so many amazing people from all different backgrounds coming together, working together to highlight and support queer issues on the larger scale. So for example, we've had 3 different town halls. We're having one coming up in September, and it's going to be about allyship for the immigrant community. And this is really, you know, we have members from all different parts of the queer and ally communities where it's like we don't all look alike at all, and it's so healing and so beautiful to just come together and bring our different like expertise and experiences and backgrounds where it just feels all are welcome. In the party sphere, I will say in Los Angeles, there's a club called Rhonda. And that has been one of the only fun, like clubby nightlife experiences where I really feel like it's all walks of life within the queer community, not just like the gay white male community, like with their shirts off.
Guilty.
No, I mean, hey, that's great.
But it's true.
Yeah, it's girls, gays, and theys. I'll also shout out girls, gays, and theys. Like that's another party where it just feels like it's not just one part of the community. It's like open and welcoming to all elements.
What are your thoughts on hot dog?
I've never been.
Oh,
but I know I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah.
And I've seen the line and I've seen the pictures.
It's actually right down the street.
Yes. El Cid on Sundays.
Yeah. I think I'm just at a place in my 30s, like, not to say that half, if not more, of the people there in their 30s are older, but I can't do like standing room only, like shoulder to shoulder, like squeezing. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. What's T stand for?
TEA. I actually would have to Google exactly. I hear it all the time.
It's a tea dance?
Should we find this out?
Yeah.
Social event featuring music, dancing, and light refreshments traditionally held in the afternoon. Historically, tea dances were a way for people to socialize in public without the formal setting of an evening ball, and the LGBTQ plus community adopted them as a discreet way to meet in the 50s and 60s. Okay. A little bit of gay history here. Serving tea instead of alcohol made the events less likely to draw police attention, as it was illegal to serve alcohol. I didn't know this. As it was illegal to serve alcohol to known gay individuals. And police raids were common.
I kind of knew that, but I
straight up did not know that.
Well, being gay was like illegal. It was like, I mean, not actually, but like basically. Have you heard of the sit-ins? The early form of the protests. For those that don't know, it was a form of protest back in the 60s where they would go to these kind of like gayish establishments like Julius's and Stonewall in New York, and I think basically order drinks and then not leave. And it was illegal to maybe that was like with the illegalness of like they couldn't be served.
Couldn't even be served.
Yeah, something about that.
I always question like, would you do that? You know what I mean? Like if you like put yourself in those situations, like just how scary that is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could be that girl.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I barely was able to come out of the closet now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
to do that then when it meant jail for sure.
That's why we are so grateful for our elders who have sacrificed so much for us to be here.
Yeah.
I guess, let's talk about how we met. Like, we haven't even talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So from your perspective, okay. So Tom came on to the Baby Gay film. As a DP and then producer. What was your perspective? Because we met through MEC.
I was very excited. I remember when I first talked to Megan, she was like, "Oh my God, you're going to love PJ so hot." At the time you were here.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let me see. And you had long hair. And I was like, yeah. Like,
I had like really long hair.
It was very long.
Yeah.
It was very Fabio.
Yeah.
Fast forward, we shot a 3-day pilot that PJ wrote, produced, starred in. When I say produced, I mean like I was so impressed at what you achieved and what you got for so little money. You're an incredible producer.
Thank you.
And that's just, of course, manifested itself in so many different ways since then.
It's been like, thank you. Like, and I feel the same way. Like, it just felt so right. I don't know. There was like, we like clicked in this, like, it didn't have to, I don't know. One, I just started loving everything that we were doing together. Like, it was so much fun. Mm-hmm. And we also were very creatively on the same page on like everything pretty much. Like,
yeah.
It was never, there really wasn't like major differences, I would say. While you're
fun. This is for the listeners. Just a fun anecdote that I always have had for PJ was if you're working together, it's just very common to, you're doing an edit or whatever and you try something out and they pitch something and you're like, yeah, that works. And you'll get this look from PJ that's like, I don't want it to just work. It needs to be perfect. And it's like this look of fear in your eyes. I'm like, no, I said it works. Like, it definitely works. Like, what's wrong? It's like, oh, you want it to be incredible. Like,
it's not incredible.
Like, I did a transition and like, it needs to be the most incredible transition I've ever seen.
It's
sorry to interrupt.
It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse.
Oh, for sure. It's the type A, like, to a T.
Yeah.
But it's done you so much good.
It does good if you harness it well. I think if you read The Velvet Rage, this seems to be a common theme within the queer community of like this perfectionism, and it kind of stems to going back to childhood where you have this internal shame that you're overcompensating for. So you find that a lot of like queer people become these like hyper achievers because it's like, well, don't look over here about my queerness. Like, look how incredible I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely have some of that.
It's like taking it all the way back to what I started talking about at the beginning. I was just feeling the need to perform for a lot of reasons, being queer one of them, like whether you knew it or not. Yeah, there's this pressure to like do something.
Yeah. Whether
it's to distract you or the people around you.
Yeah.
Either way. This is off topic, but like I heard, I think it was on a TED Talk that blew my mind, but it was the theory that like evolution created homosexuality as a means to preserve the best parts of humanity, because breeding in general is diluting the gene pool. The longer you go and the further you go, we all started from a black woman in Africa, and now there's all different colors and languages and da-da-da. So homosexuality was kind of evolution's way of saying like, hold on, slow down. You feel like it's a little bit of a curse to be like, oh, we can't have kids or whatever. But like, ultimately, like, what is our purpose?
Right.
taking religion out of it, purely scientifically, like what's our purpose? And I think it's to preserve the part of humanity that might otherwise get washed away.
Never thought about it like that.
From breeders.
From breeders.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that queer people can't be great parents.
Yeah. I mean, I know queer parents. Like,
do you want kids?
You first.
Do I want kids? I think that I do. Mm-hmm. It's been a evolution. When I was a young person, I wanted 10 kids. I told my parents I wanted 10 kids. Why? I don't fucking know.
10's crazy.
10's crazy. Then when I was older and closeted, I was partying a lot. And I was like, fuck kids. Like, I just want to party and travel the world and be selfish.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a place where, actually it's this year in particular, because this year I had a lot of time with my nibblings?
Nibblings. Yeah. Oh, which, by the way, still no conclusion on what to call an aunt or an uncle.
Can we need to figure this out.
I'll do it with you. Yeah.
What is it? Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Well, I believe nibblings is becoming an established term, right?
Yeah.
For nieces and nephews with no gender.
Within the community, it's becoming established. Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time with my nibblings. I spent a lot of time with my nibblings this year, and I loved them. And I loved spending time with them. And I think it's interesting because when I'm with my larger family and there's like a lot of adults and a lot of kids and we're, getting together for a holiday, I do not find myself gravitating towards the kids, for example. Like, I'm much more, let's go to the adults corner and kiki.
Yeah.
So I observed that within myself, and I was like, well, then maybe I don't want kids. Like, I don't gravitate towards them. Like, fast forward though to this year where I was babysitting my nibblings on a variety of occasions, and like just having that responsibility for them and taking care of them, and like that changed everything. Like, that was a total different experience for me. And I was like, wait, actually I do love this.
I know my partner does not.
Has that always been the case?
I think so. We didn't talk about it very early on, I don't think, but
yeah, I could see that. I mean, you both would be such amazing parents together.
I think we would.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, whatever you want to do is the right decision.
Yeah.
And I think that you would have a very fulfilled life either way.
I think so.
Yeah.
I've already learned multiple times that like things can pivot and change like outside of your plan. And I'm trying to be better about just like go with the flow.
Yeah.
I mean, we even had a conversation last night. Like, I've been waiting for 10 years to find out if my parents were going to be at my wedding. And I guess I didn't ask early on because it's like, well, that might change, like down the road. So what's the point in getting where their take right now? And it turns out no. So I'm like, literally, this is like 24 hours ago that I found out that was what it was going to be. But on that note, like, I'm very excited at the same time because I know that room is going to be full of people that love me and love us and is our chosen family. What's the point of a wedding if not that?
Their energy. You want people that bring love and support and positive vibes and energy. Are you the first child to get married?
No. I will be number 3.
Okay. Marriage
has been a very tumultuous thing in our family, ironically. My parents are also not together. That was the whole thing. They don't really live together. They're not divorced. And I know that there was an element of it that's like you do that while you have kids in the house to like protect to a degree. But I'm like, girl, I clocked it when I was like 10 that this is not working. I actually can barely remember my parents sleeping in the same room. All that to say, I find it ironic.
But I get you the thing, because your parents, they've met, Alfonso.
Yeah.
You've spent time together.
And that's
in a positive way, no?
Very positive.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, after like probably half a dozen like vacations or holidays or visits or whatever, like there's definitely a huge chunk of me that was like, we're probably good now, right? Like,
right.
But yeah, there was a part of me that was like ready to just go like, I fucking knew it. it has the same kind of feeling of the original, like coming out. It's like, how are they going to handle this? Like, this is the next realistic milestone.
And there's still, there's still time, and, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it could literally change.
The important thing is that you're going to be surrounded by love and the people that love and support you. Yeah. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Also, not to dive more into your family, but like, you have a gay brother. So it's not even, you're not even alone in this journey.
Yeah. He led by example when it came to coming out. He didn't really have a coming out moment so much as he did just like started having a boyfriend. Like, it was like, oh, social media. Hey, Facebook, like, this is Joey.
Joey was his first boyfriend?
I think so.
Joey was my first boyfriend.
Oh. Latino boy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
you're lucky you got out of that
Italian.
one. Okay.
So he came out before you.
That was the thing, is like, yes, but he never like said the words. Yeah. So I was like the first one to like say the words. But I kind of already had like a little litmus test to be like, yeah, seems chill. Like nobody spontaneously combusted.
Right.
I had like that litmus test, and it did make it easier for me in the long run to eventually do that for myself. For me personally, it just took, I was working on a casting job for Power Rangers, the TV show. Yeah. So I was on a lunch break and scrolling Facebook, and I just remember this guy that I had gone to college with, my Christian college, had posted that he was gay. And I remember going through the comments on that and seeing all the people like that frankly, the people that I would have worried about their reaction, right? Like, and people from like the church, and like seeing love and support there. And that was just the moment where I was like, okay, if there's no other proof, then like my community accepted somebody.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
The unfortunate truth was that I had a close friend who basically got kicked out of the church. And so before I even knew I was gay, I was seeing that, and that was like what I expected. So even some of those people who had pushed my friend out were like in the comments now, like, we love you. And like, so I was like, okay, I don't know what this switch is, but I guess this is the time.
Was there a major like time gap, or?
Yeah, that would have been probably 5 years.
Okay.
All that to say, the conversation with my parents was pretty much my dad comparing it to someone being in love with a pig or a tree. It's verbatim. And again, you look back and you're like, oh, I wish I would have said this, at the time. But all I could remember thinking after was like, so am I somebody's tree? Like, am I somebody's pig then, Dad? Like,
yeah.
And I was like, that hurt. Because on the call, I was like, okay, sure, whatever you say. I'm just glad it wasn't an explosion. That was all.
Yeah. Well, I love you. And
I love you so much.
I am so proud of you, and I'm so excited for you in this next journey and chapter. And it's going to be incredible.
Me too.
Yeah. Let's do a fun little rapid fire game. Okay. Go to karaoke song.
Everything from Michael Bublé.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What's your guilty pleasure TV show?
Oh God, I don't know. Like, I feel like I watch so much garbage TV.
Okay. What's the most garbage?
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind. That's not garbage.
No, but for me, it's Guilt.
Okay.
It's very popular, but it's my
Your guilty pleasure?
I hate that when I fight it tooth and nail because Alfonso wants to watch it all the time, and I'm like, this is so fucking dumb. And then 5 minutes in, I'm like, well, if she would just, if she would just pay attention and say how she feels.
Yeah. First concert you went to?
9 Inch Nails.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dream celebrity wedding officiant?
Jinx Monsoon.
Oh, that's good. One word your partner would use to describe you?
Chaotic.
Most rebellious thing you did as a teen?
Nothing.
I think maybe we already covered it.
I think we covered it in the computer section in the family room.
Yeah. If BabyGay Podcast were a drink, what would it be?
I don't want to say like something super gay. I'm going to go like a mojito.
Oh.
it's not just a Cosmo, you know?
No, it's not a Cosmo.
Yeah.
No. What's your favorite comfort food? Period. Question mark.
Chicken and dumplings.
One tradition you carry into your own queer chosen family.
Midweek gatherings. Yeah, it's like life is busy, and it's like it's actually easier to do something just on a Wednesday night for 2 hours. Like,
did you have CCD in your Christian sect?
is that like camp?
No, it was like this. That was like our like Catholic like Sunday school, but it was on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah. We had Wednesday night church.
Yeah, it's like hump day.
It's like
hump day.
I mean, I was at my church 4 nights a week
4 nights a week.
because I was like playing in the band, I was volunteering, and then Sunday morning and evening we had something.
So you're there all
Wednesday
day.
night. Yeah.
Well, on that note,
This has been great.
This has been amazing.
I really have had so much fun.
We've had a lot of fun. We've gone.
I was so nervous too, so thank you for putting me at ease and making this awesome.
I love you so much. I'm
You
so excited
much.
to do all the things.
Me too. Now let's go edit this.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a doozy.
Yeah, I know. We have an hour
But
and
it's
20
going to be great. And where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, Tom Gault, TomGault. I do believe that's the handle on TikTok. I'll put it under here if I don't have that right.
Yeah, we'll put it on.
Yeah.
Well, all you baby gays, thanks for listening. And remember, coming out looks good on you.
Yay.